Oh, hey, Sato. Great news. I just secured a $5 million parts deal with Tokimeki Factory. We don't even use those parts. Wait, seriously? That's a $5 million lost contract. Hold up, you signed it under my name? Listen, I'm overseas right now. No one's gonna believe this is my fault. My name is Keiichi Sato. I'm the sales manager at Doki Doki Corporation, a company that manufactures and sells power generators for thermal and wind energy. Oh, sorry to interrupt, I got a call. Hello? Oh, hey, Sato! Great news! I just secured a $5 million parts deal with Tokimeki Factory. Wait, Tokimeki Factory? Don't tell me you bought the parts for the turbine section of Generator A. Yeah, that's right. We don't even use those parts. Wait, seriously? That's a $5 million lost contract. Huh? For real? But, I already signed the contract under your name. Sorry, but I'll leave the rest to you.
Congo? You can't be serious. This isn't just something you can shrug off.
Hold up, you signed it under my name? Listen, I'm overseas right now. No one's gonna believe this is my fault. Wait, you're overseas? I told you, didn't I? Oh, right, you were off work until yesterday. I already reported it to the department head, and he said it was your fault for not communicating properly. Huh? No, I mean, there's no way you wouldn't know we don't use those parts anymore.
Did I hear something about a contract with a $5 million loss?
I recognize that voice.
I'm Sekimoto, head of public relations. If you're signing a $5 million contract, shouldn't you have checked with your superior, Sato, first? Before blaming a lack of communication, I'd say this is a lack of due diligence on your part.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm really sorry. I'll make sure to tell the department head.
No, this isn't about reporting it to your boss. This is your mistake, isn't it? The department head's comment is an issue, sure. But what's more concerning is that you don't even seem to grasp the weight of your own mistake. Anyway, I'll report this to my father and have him handle it once we return. Bye. Congo, seriously? No, actually, this isn't just about Congo. This is a fundamental issue with this entire company.
You've pointed that out before, haven't you?
Sato, don't back down here. We're taking this head on.
Got it. She is Nagisa Sekimoto, the CEO's daughter. And once we returned...
Congo! Everyone makes mistakes. With your impressive track record, I'm sure you'll bounce back in no time.
Mr. Sekimoto, we've got a serious problem. The $5 million worth of parts is clogging up the factory, and it's interfering with the procurement of other materials.
What? Is there any way to handle this?
That's not the issue at hand. The real question is, why didn't you get rid of those parts while we were overseas?
Well, the contract was signed under Sato's name, so we assumed he'd take care of it.
This isn't about who should handle it anymore. The fact is, we're already dealing with a $5 million loss. If we don't do something fast, this company is in serious trouble. Congo, just do better next time. You'll be fine. Yeah, your clumsy side is kind of cute, you know. No. This isn't about being clumsy.
Next time, I'll make sure to.
Mr. Sekimoto, Congo, and some of you employees here. It seems like you still don't grasp how serious this situation is, so let me spell it out for you. This contract blunder is a direct result of ignoring basic business protocols, like checking major contracts with your superior, and reviewing contract details properly.
Well, if Sato had just communicated things more clearly...
Sato, you've clearly laid out the instructions for Congo, right?
Yes, I've stated multiple times in meetings that certain parts for Tokimeki Factory are no longer in use.
That discussion took place during official meetings, and the audio recordings still exist. At this point, very few people would consider this a communication failure.
He might have needed to be a bit more assertive with how he expressed himself.
Also, signing the contract under Sato's name is an extremely serious offense. Kongo, do you have any reasonable explanation for why you used Sato's name?
Well, Sato regularly handled negotiations with Tokimeki Factory, and I was under the impression that I was carrying out a contract under his orders, so I figured his name should be on it. I instructed you to handle the parts contract for Doki Doki Corporation, but I never specifically said to contract with Tokimeki Factory.
So in reality, this wasn't even Sato's order to begin with. Whether intentional or not, you've been far too quick to pin your mistakes on someone else. Given the circumstances, I believe the company should hold Kongo personally responsible for the $5 million payment.
What the heck are you saying? That's $5 million. We're not talking about $500 here.
Of course. But if we're talking about financial reality, then the company needs to acknowledge this $5 million deficit for what it is. A sudden financial loss like this could impact our ability to secure loans from banks, and depending on the fiscal report, stock prices may take a hit.
Come to think of it, we barely scraped by with a small profit last quarter. This term, we're almost certainly going into the red.
And if that goes down, upper management, including you, Mr. Sekimoto, will surely be held responsible. We might even have to consider some cost-cutting measures. With all that in mind, are you really sure about covering for Kongo right now?
Of course. Why are you going this far to defend Sato?
Sato has been working tirelessly to fix the complacency that's taken root in this company. I refuse to accept a situation where someone like him ends up taking the fall.
Nagisa, if this keeps up, I might actually get stuck with a $5 million debt. Everyone, if you don't mind, I could really use your help with this.
I mean, I don't really have the confidence to resell $5 million worth of parts.
What?
What in the world are we supposed to do now?
So you've been pampering your team all along, and now you're not sure how to deal with this kind of situation.
Well, what's your move? Should I go ahead and contact our lawyer?
If it's for the sake of protecting the company, then maybe there's no other choice. So, Sato, is there any way to erase this financial loss? Any good ideas? Actually, I do have one. Huh? Well, to be fair, it was Nagisa who pointed me in the right direction.
I reached out to a few contacts, and it turns out that these turbine parts can still be used in other industries. I also checked with some of the employees just now, and it seems they've already tried reselling to similar businesses. But that's where they went wrong.
Nagisa, you're right about everything. And your approach isn't necessarily wrong either. But listen, you are the head of PR. Giving instructions is my job.
That's not fair to Nagisa.
Excuse me?
Sato?
Nagisa has been thinking on her feet and taking action to protect this company. Right now, it doesn't matter who comes up with the solution. What matters is that we act on it.
Sato, thank you. I believe Sato has a point.
All right then. Let's move forward with the plan. Phew. Thank goodness we've got Sato and Sekimoto to lead the way. Kongo's attitude was a bit concerning, but I gave it my all and managed to close the deal. In the end, we successfully resold all $5 million worth of parts. I'm back. The entire $5 million worth of parts completely taken care of.
Oh ho! Incredible! You truly are the ace of this company.
I couldn't have done it without Nagisa's support.
Oh no. It's thanks to your outstanding negotiation skills, Sato.
You two make a great team.
Excuse me?
And you are? If this is an unscheduled business meeting, we can't.
I'm Nishida from Tokimeki Factory. I just came by to personally express our gratitude for handling our parts.
Oh my, you came all this way just to thank us? It was our mistake to begin with, really.
Not at all. Everyone makes mistakes. What really counts is how you dealt with it. Showing respect for the effort we put into creating it. We truly appreciate that. No, we really aren't in a position to be receiving such kind words.
Hi, this turned out great for you, huh, Sato?
Turned out great? Forgive me for asking, Mr. Kongo, but what exactly were your thoughts when handling our parts in this negotiation? It takes the wisdom and effort of dozens of craftsmen to create a single part. And yet you went ahead and bought 5 million worth without a second thought. And the moment you realized your mistake, you immediately asked if you could return them, didn't you? Kongo, you actually did that? Unbelievable.
No, I was just speaking hypothetically.
I cannot believe this. That kind of behavior doesn't fly in the business world.
You've got it all wrong. That was something Mr. Sekimoto just muttered about. I was merely confirming his mutterings.
Whoa! I wasn't seriously ordering you to do anything.
Then why didn't you say that from the start?
Kongo, the way you're acting right now is exactly how you treated Sato earlier. Avoiding responsibility instead of facing your mistakes head on. It's honestly disappointing.
Is this really the kind of attitude you want to show in front of Miss Nishida? Is it really that bad?
I've heard rumors, but it seems the work environment here isn't exactly great. To be honest, aside from when Mr. Sato was in charge, we've never really had a pleasant experience working with your company. With that in mind, we'd like to terminate our contract.
Wait, Kongo will never be in charge again. We're putting Sato in control from now on, so please give it another thought.
Mr. Sato, Miss Nagisa Sekimoto, just as an idea, would you consider working as a sales representative for Tokimeki Factory?
You mean us?
Yes! Your knowledge of our products is exceptional. And beyond that, your professionalism and work ethic are truly admirable. You both have my utmost respect. Of course, if you prefer another company, that's understandable. But from an outsider's perspective, it just feels like such a waste. For you two to stay at Doki Doki Corporation.
Are you serious? You're saying this right in front of Mr. Sekimoto.
Absolutely. At the very least, I'm more serious than someone who racks up a 5 million loss and acts like it's no big deal.
I'm not brushing it off. Tokimeki Factory's products are truly outstanding, and I've always admired the dedication of its employees. If I can be of any help, I'd love to work there.
Really? That would be incredible! I also want to keep working alongside Sato and Tokimeki Factory, so I'd like to join as well. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much!
Nagisa, are you serious?
Father, I can't agree with your way of thinking. From now on, do your best without me.
What?
Well, I mean, this was my first mistake, right? And I've delivered solid results before. So just leave things to me from now on.
Yeah, that's right.
And so, Nagisa and I applied for a position at Tokimeki Factory and got hired. As for Doki Doki Corporation, in an effort to instill some responsibility in Kongo, they promoted him to sales manager, hoping to weather the storm.
I never realized how big of a gap Sato and Nagisa would leave.
Project meetings are a mess. None of Sato's deals are getting transferred properly.
And worst of all, we completely underestimated how many people would resign along with them.
Until the new hires come in, we in sales just have to hold out.
I'm counting on you.
We've got an issue. It seems there was a blunder in one of the contracts our staff got. And now we're staring down a 700,000 loss.
What? Didn't you check everything before signing?
Of course. We checked with Congo.
What?
Wait, no, I gave the proper instructions.
And that means your instructions were also incorrect.
No way. Fix this.
Fix it? But this contract was signed under your name, Congo.
Why my name?
Well, since you've used Sato's name on contracts in the past, I figured that was how it should be done.
No, that was because Sato told me to do so.
And this time you gave the instructions, didn't you?
I never gave a mistaken order like that.
Oh well, we have your signature on the proposal used in negotiations. So that means you reviewed and approved everything before the contract was finalized. Which means the mistaken instructions and approval is entirely on you, Congo.
Well, this is definitely Congo's mistake.
Wait a sec. I'm not the one who landed that contract, am I?
With how busy we are, mistakes like this were practically inevitable. Wait, you're not planning to help us out with our blunders? I mean, you are the boss, right, Congo?
In Japan, bosses typically don't jump in to fix or cover up the mistakes of others.
But you did mention that to Sato, right? That bosses should have their team's back when they mess up.
That's...
Changing your stance depending on your situation is kinda... well, you know.
Congo, for now, just focus on reselling these parts with everyone.
Okay. Next time, make sure to double-check everything. But then, more mistakes kept happening. You're not checking things properly. Seriously. What the?
We're quitting.
If you leave now...
We just can't follow your way of thinking anymore, Congo. Sato and Nagisa at Tokimeki Factory genuinely enjoy their work. Honestly, we envy that. We want to work in a place where everyone pushes each other to grow. Excuse us.
Wait, if this many people quit now, the company won't survive.
Yeah. You all are the ones who slipped up, so you need to own up to the losses that come with it.
We did double-check everything, and we have proof. It's a fact that you, Congo, and some others neglected to verify things and used being busy as an excuse for sloppy work. Luckily, when we talked to Nagisa, she offered to introduce us to a top-tier lawyer. If it comes down to it, we'll fight this.
I had no idea this company was struggling like this.
Oh crap! How many contracts even have my name on them? A call? From Tokimeki Corporation?
Ignore it. They're just gonna ask us to come back.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a business deal to focus on. After that, Tokimeki Corporation went bankrupt. Mr. Sekimoto and Congo, along with a few others, were held financially responsible for some of the bad contracts and are now struggling to pay off their debts. Rumor has it that Mr. Sekimoto and Congo are working the same part-time job. Oh man, the seasickness is really hitting me hard.
If you slack off, they're going to yell at you again.
If only they'd handled the ship with a little more care.
Yui just told me sales are up 150%.
Woohoo! That's amazing.
Let's keep up the good work. Oh, by the way, here. It's a new tie. I expect something in return, okay?
Wait. Got it. You betcha. Thanks for watching until the end.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.